Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. I'm super happy to be here, and thank you for all who are tuning in live. Thank you to all who are watching the replay. In today's video, I just wanted to do a little Q&A if anybody pops on live that has any questions. But I also just wanted to share about what I've been up to recently. I am currently on a little Parasite cleanse, and I want to talk about why I Parasite cleanse, what herbs I use, and how I assist my body. And I also have been, I just completed just a quick little 3-day juice cleanse. Today's Friday. I think I started on, Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And today I broke my juice cleanse with some grapes for breakfast, as well as some pomegranate, which was so delicious. Hello in the comments. Nice to see you. And so I love hopping on a juice cleanse, especially when I'm on a Parasite cleanse. And I'm very intuitive with when I choose to do juice cleanses. I don't typically hop on a cleanse just because other people are doing it. I listen to my body and I do it when I feel ready. And sometimes it's just something quick, like 3 days, like I did this week. Sometimes it's longer, like multiple weeks. I just listen to my body. And this time of year, I was just feeling the call because I had been indulging quite a bit and just not feeling like my most vibrant self. So the beautiful thing is to know how to use, these tools of cleansing to just give your body a little reboot and get back to feeling your absolute best. So it felt super good. And I had all this beautiful produce on hand to just turn into a beautiful juice. So I did actually just one juice the entire time. It was a combination of all these beautiful fall fruits I had on hand from the farmer's market. It was a combination of apple, pear, pomegranate. I also put in some greens. I got some kale and put that in there, as well as parsley, cilantro, which are very detoxifying. I did some lemon, ginger, as well as celery and cucumber. I just love the little bit of saltiness from the celery. It pairs really well with fruits like apples and pears. And then the cucumber just adds in that extra hydration and freshness. And I do really love having a combination of greens and fruits in my juices when I'm doing a juice cleanse. It just feels very balanced and very cleansing, but also grounding. So that's what I did for the last 3 days. And it just felt so amazing. I felt so hydrated. And it just feels really good to give your digestive system a little break from digesting food. And I had a lot of energy. And I just felt absolutely amazing. And like I said, I'm also currently on a Parasite cleanse. This is the herbs that I am using, Super Cleanser from Purium. And I have these in my links if you ever want to try them out. And they call it a gentle Parasite cleanse. I've tried different Parasite cleanses in the past, and it's very, very, very important to regularly Parasite cleanse. It's something that most people are quite unfamiliar with and don't realize just how important it is this day and age. Because of course, most of us grew up eating animal products like myself. I especially ate a lot of sushi, and all that raw fish is one of the worst, one of the easiest ways that you can get parasites, but they can be in really any meat. And even when you cook meat, it does kill a lot of parasites that could be in the meat, but the eggs that those parasites lay can usually withstand cooking temperatures. So, you could still be ingesting the eggs even if you're eating cooked meat. So basically, everyone has parasites, and it's not talked about enough. I think, the modern outlook, at least in the US, is that, people only get parasites if they go to a third world country and drink contaminated water or eat, undercooked meat. But the reality is everyone has parasites, and in indigenous cultures and in a lot of other countries where they're still connected to nature, a lot of cultures still regularly parasite cleanse. It's just a part of the culture. It's just a part of their rituals around the change of the seasons, which is a great time to parasite cleanse. I like to parasite cleanse at least 2 to 4 times a year. And it's typically when the seasons are changing is when I feel called to doing it. So, as we're transitioning from summer to fall, that's why I hopped on this parasite cleanse, just to, upkeep. It's like an oil change for your body. You need to regularly upkeep and maintain the health of your body. And yeah, so typically I'll take these herbs, and the specific protocol for this parasite cleanse specifically is you take these herbs for 10 days, and then you take a 20-day break, and then you take them for 10 days once again. And the reason for that is because when you are killing parasites, when you're taking them for the first 10 days, as those parasites are dying off, they will typically lay a lot of eggs. That's just a part of, their intelligence. They're like, well, I'm dying, so I might as well procreate and lay as many eggs as I can to, keep my genetics alive. So then that 20 days where you're not taking the herbs is like the incubation period for those eggs. And they will typically hatch 20 days after they're laid. So then 20 days, when you complete the first 10-day round, then you do another 10-day round. So I'm currently on my second round of this parasite cleanse for this current period. And it's also really good to be aware of the moon cycle. Parasites are most vulnerable during the full moon. That's when they're usually coming out of their hiding places to move around the body and procreate and be more active. They're also more active at night. So it's very helpful to parasite cleanse during the full moon. So I typically start my parasite cleanse 4 days before the full moon, and then I'm still taking the herbs throughout, as well as a few days after. And yeah, so I just got a question that says, what do you recommend in a juice fast? Can you drink any kind of juice, or do you recommend mostly green juice? So I like to switch it up sometimes. Like I said, this was a shorter 3-day juice cleanse that I just did. And I just was kind of lazy with it. I just made one type of juice in one big batch, and I just used what I had on hand. So like I said, I did kind of a mix of greens and fruit. But typically in the past, when I've done longer juice cleanses where it's been like multiple weeks and you don't really want to get bored of the same flavor, I typically like to start my day with more fruity juices. So if citrus is in season, maybe it will be orange juice. I love grape juice. I love apple and celery together. That's a really yummy combo. So you can have fun with it, get creative. And I love doing what's in season. So, watermelon in the summer is always amazing. And yeah, I'll typically start my day with those sweeter, fruitier juices for that energy, that glucose to, give you energy for your day. And if I don't have greens mixed into my fruity juice, then I'll have a more green or more veggie juice in the evening because it's a bit more grounding and you don't need quite as much sugar in the evening as you're kind of getting to the end of your day. So then I'll typically have a green juice, but even then, I personally like to have a little bit of sweetness, even if it's a more green juice. Or I'll do a veggie juice with carrots, beets, a little bit of apple and lemon, ginger, that kind of combination. But you can't really go wrong unless you're just not putting enough sweetness and then you're not getting enough glucose throughout the day, then you might feel really tired. But as far as combinations and, if it's important to have certain types of juices, you can't really go wrong. Just experiment, have fun, and make sure that you're feeling nourished. So that's another thing as well. I drink about a gallon of juice a day when I'm juice cleansing. So I have these 32-ounce large mason jars, and I'll drink 4 of them a day. And that equals out to about a gallon a day. And that's what allows me to feel satiated and nourished. I didn't feel hungry really much during this quick little juice cleanse. I didn't really have any serious cravings. It was pretty easy. It was delicious. And yeah, I just felt really energized and vibrant and amazing. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions who are watching live, then let me know. But yeah, so another thing that is good to be mindful of when you're parasite cleansing is assisting your eliminative organs, because once again, when you're killing off parasites and they're starting to die, they not only start laying a lot of eggs, but when they die, they release a lot of toxins into your body. So people can experience what's called like die-off symptoms or detox symptoms. And you want to assist your body in the process of detoxification and elimination, so that you're not feeling, too many symptoms. Common symptoms when you're doing a parasite cleanse or any cleanse really is fatigue, a little bit of achiness, maybe some brain fog, nausea, digestive discomfort. A lot of these things are quite normal, but there's things that you can do to minimize them, like doing a juice cleanse alongside a parasite cleanse. And I do that pretty often. When I parasite cleanse, I do pretty often hop on a juice cleanse to just assist my body in that cleansing process and give it less to work on. If I'm not digesting a bunch of solid food, then it can focus more on cleansing the parasites and all of the toxins that they're dumping into my bloodstream, and just pull all of that out. And so I also do like to take other herbs alongside the anti-parasitic herbs that assist my kidneys, my liver, that help to move the digestive tract. Because yeah, you don't want your body, you don't want your body's eliminative organs to be backed up. You don't want your lymphatic system to be backed up. You want your kidneys to be filtering, and you want your digestive tract to be moving efficiently, so that you don't have this buildup of toxic waste going on. That's really, really important. Okay, so some other questions. I also want to ask, before going raw vegan, did you do the 40-day juice fast? And if yes, what kind of juice? To remove mucoid plaque. No, so I've never done a 40-day juice cleanse. The longest I did was almost 3 weeks. It was like about 2.5 weeks. And like I said, I'm very intuitive when I choose to do a juice cleanse or really any sort of cleansing. Because every day my diet and lifestyle is very cleansing, since I'm eating predominantly raw, mostly fruit. It's very cleansing every day. But I didn't start with that 40-day juice cleanse like a lot of people do when they transition to the raw vegan lifestyle. Because there's certain coaches out there that say, oh, you want to like do a 40-day juice cleanse, remove mucoid plaque before you become raw. I didn't do it that way because I didn't hear about that. But over the years, I've been on this lifestyle for 8 years. And over the years, I've just chose when I want to hop on a juice cleanse based on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling like I just need a little reset to my body, if I just want to feel a little bit more vibrant and give my digestive system a break, I'll do a juice cleanse, and I'll do it for however long I'm feeling. Like this time I knew just a short one would be perfect. Other times I'm like, okay, I want to go deep. I want to release some mucoid plaque. I want to really deeply cleanse, and I'll do it for a few weeks. But I also have done a very intensive mucoid plaque removal protocol called the Zen cleanse. And it's just a 1-day protocol, but you take these specific herbs and enzymes that help your body remove mucoid plaque. And it's really easy and efficient, which is amazing. And you only take those products for 1 full day while not eating anything else. It's quite filling, like all the enzymes, and there's a lot of fiber in the products. So you don't really feel hungry, but you only consume that for one full day. And it works really well at removing mucoid plaque. And although that's only a 1-day protocol, um, it's recommended to juice cleanse for 3 days before and then juice cleanse for 3 days after. So then it becomes actually more like a week cleanse. And that's how I did it. And it worked really well. So if you are interested in checking out like this mucoid plaque removal, then check out Zen Cleanse. It's called the Zen Cleanse 1, and that is to remove the mucoid plaque. They have a bunch of other cleanses, different cleanses to target like the liver or the lungs, different organs in the body. But I've only done that specific one, and it worked really well. So yeah, like it was very interesting, but it worked. It was efficient. And then I'm vegan. I want to go raw vegan. I was wondering about that. Yeah, I mean, like I've seen people have great results from doing a 40-day juice cleanse and then going raw. That's definitely one of the ways you can do it. I've coached people like through not 40 days, but like doing a 30-day juice cleanse as they transition to raw, and it seemed to really work for them. But it's not necessary, just it depends on your relationship with food and with your body. If you're the kind of person that just needs more consistency and, just showing up consistently, like nourishing your body every day without feeling restricted. Because that's the thing, not everybody's the same in their relationship with food. And doing a long juice cleanse can feel a little too intense and restrictive for some people. Whereas other people, they don't have that problem. So you want to be mindful of where you're at, and diving into certain extremes can be not right for certain people, but it can also work really well for other people. So just know yourself and your relationship with your body and food, and make sure you're always doing everything out of love. Where is that coming from, that desire to eat raw or do a juice cleanse? Is it because you hate your body and you're afraid of food, or is it because you love your body and you want to eat the most beautiful, most nourishing, most vibrant food? So just be mindful. And yeah, it's funny, like when people talk about, the raw vegan diet being so restrictive and it's so extreme and all these things. It's like, it's really not. Like, if you're coming from a healthy mindset around food and you're doing it out of love, and you see the abundance that nature has to offer with all of the beautiful fruits and vegetables, and especially when you get excited trying like new exotic fruits, like I absolutely love doing. It's just unlimited. And I love seeing like the change in seasons. Like right now, persimmons are coming into season, and they're one of my favorite fruits. And then citrus will be coming into season next in the winter. So it's like unlimited fun, and, going with the waves of the seasons with all the beautiful fruits that we get to enjoy. And it really isn't restrictive. That's all just in your mindset. And yeah, it's an important thing to be aware of. Yeah, Zen Cleanse 1, is that correct? So yeah, the company is called Zen Cleanse, I believe. And the Zen Cleanse 1 is the one that removes mucoid plaque. So I recommend doing that. Like if you do want to transition to raw, it's great to be raw for a period of time, like maybe 6 months before you do that Zen Cleanse 1, just to like clean out any excess waste that is in your body. And all the raw foods are going to really help to, pull a lot of stuff out, sticky stuff that's stuck in the digestive tract, that Zen Cleanse will help to pull out as well. But if you're already giving your body a head start, then it's going to be a lot more efficient once you do the Zen Cleanse 1, and you're going to have less discomfort, and it's just going to go a lot more smooth. So that's what I would recommend. Because she's saying, yeah, I feel bloated, and I thought maybe the juice fast can help with that. I love persimmons. My dad used to eat them all the time. Yeah, I love persimmons as well. Oh, they're so good. But yeah, I mean, a juice cleanse will definitely help with bloating. But what's more important is what you do after. Like, if you are going to transition to raw after, then that's great. And especially if you follow food combining rules and you're not having a ton of like nuts with your fruit, that can definitely cause digestive issues and bloating. But if you are going to transition to raw and eat properly to give yourself the best digestion, then that's going to really help a lot. But obviously your digestion is going to feel amazing during a juice cleanse. But sometimes, when people go off in one extreme too much, like doing a juice cleanse and they're not eating any food, and then they come back and then they binge out on like really unhealthy food, you just have to be mindful, like I said, of your mindset, where you're at. If you've ever had any issues with binging, you just want to be like very mindful and careful and not push yourself into one extreme and then the other. Yes, that is what I want to do, transition to raw. Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of people have success transitioning that way with a juice cleanse, and I've coached people doing that. And yeah, it can work really well. So, if you're feeling called to, and it feels like the right thing for you, and it feels like it's coming from a place of love, then I would say, yeah, definitely do it. And if you ever need any assistance, that's what I help people with, is making that transition more smooth, because there can be a lot of questions that come up, especially during like something detoxifying like a juice cleanse. When detox symptoms arise and you don't know what's going on, it's really great to have guidance so that you can feel confident in knowing what you're doing is the right thing for your body and understanding why your body is reacting in certain ways. So yeah, definitely reach out if any of you ever need any help in that transition and need some guidance and assistance. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, if anybody has any other questions, let me know. I'm gonna wrap this video up in a few. And yeah, just a reminder once again, like, this is a lifestyle of self-love. It's not restrictive. It's not about, trying to be a certain size or being a purist. We are allowed to live freely and do what we desire. And, for me, like I said, I was indulging a bit lately, and that's why I wanted to do this little cleanse, because I don't hold myself back from eating something that I want to eat. Of course, it's always going to be vegan. But sometimes I'll be eating things that are a little more indulgent for a while, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to eat this anymore because it doesn't feel good. You know what feels good? You know what I actually want to eat are the foods that make me feel my best, which are the raw, living, vibrant foods, the fruits and the salads that are so delicious. And it's all out of love. It's never out of feeling like I have to do something because, like, of discipline and punishment or anything like that. And yeah, it's a very important mindset to have going into this if you want to make it sustainable long term, and if you want it to be healthy for you, because health goes beyond just what you're doing physically. It's all in your mindset and your energy and your emotions towards what you're putting into your body and how you're living your life. Yes, I feel like it's been calling me for a long time. I keep hearing juice fast for probably years. Yeah, then, if you're feeling it, if it's calling to your heart, then follow that. And I'm sure you will feel amazing. And yeah, I feel amazing every time I juice cleanse. And I'm like, I feel like I can just do this forever. But then I'm like, oh, but it's persimmon season and I want to enjoy my persimmons. So that's also what's been calling to my heart. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. It's always so nice to connect with you all and answer your questions. And like I said, if anybody ever needs assistance transitioning or just support on the high raw, fully raw path, if you need assistance during a juice cleanse, a parasite cleanse, I also love doing like guided group cleanses. So I'm sure I'll be planning some of those coming up soon. So stay tuned. I'm also in the works of planning some more retreats coming up and meetups. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, thank you all so much. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye, guys.